Fynderz Flypperz.
We finally made our podcast, findable.
No, I think a name change is wise.
They're going to be Resell, and we're going to try to get boating people in on it too. Just have like yacht sponsorships all of a sudden.
That Johnny, he
We're
looks
just
like he's
doing-
on a cruise ship anyway. You guys change it to that, you wake up, you have 100,000 subs in the morning.
We have determined Wes is the issue because
Hey, Mike, this is our podcast. If we could only talk about our podcast.
I ain't under contract. You can't force me. You get editing control anyway. If y'all ever don't hear from me again, she did it.
Sleep with one eye open. Snuggle bus operator.
Very first place we're going to come look is the Snuggle Bus. Welcome back, everyone, to the Fynderz Flypperz Resell podcast. And we have a lot of people in here this evening. We got Jimmy, Stewart, Johnny, and just Mike now. How you gentlemen doing this evening?
hey, doing great.
Just happy to be here.
Jimmy, we appreciate you jumping in with us, as well as Mike. Thank you for coming back yet another week.
The name of this episode should be The Eyes Have It, because the eyes are in the name, man. I'm excited about this.
Well, Mike took a lot of shots at us, and Stewart, he took a lot of shots at us last week. He even got on to Johnny and his plants behind him.
Well, the name of the podcast deserves shots, Wes, because as I was saying earlier, I've been on the podcast. I can't even find it on YouTube. I can't ever remember.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just found it, but I had to be helped, like for sure. I didn't know, but I didn't know it existed. Like, how did I not know it existed? What happened there, Wes? Did you tell me about it?
I don't know, maybe the 23 subscribers and the ability to never find it.
I mean, when you search for it and a dolphin comes up above you in the search, then you know you've got issues.
Take a look at it, Jimmy, up there in the corner. See it now? There's our icon.
There it is. Yep. Still going with the Z's, huh?
Well, that's going away thanks to Mike. Mike kind of raked us over the coals the other day.
Hey, Wes.
Gives you some street cred with the Z's.
I'm trying.
He goes, who are you are, Leonard Skinner?
Oh,
no,
dude,
so you guys are
I was way more critical.
He's very critical.
No, so are y'all aware that right now they're not Jimmy? I know you're aware. I'm asking other guys. Are y'all aware that right now Jimmy lists of Kevin because of his outrageous vote during the Reseller Live Draft?
He went with Dan and Demand.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah, okay. So y'all are familiar. And me, it had nothing to do with Kevin, but the people that he beat, it is just amazing that Jimmy had a part in this growth of Dan and Demand.
So,
I mean,
claim your vote.
Yeah, how do you justify yourself, Jimmy?
Well, if any of you know Dan, he has a huge ego that you have to feed. And so I don't know. I was just having fun. I had to hype up my buddy. Dan's my buddy. I do a podcast with him. I can't vote for somebody else.
Yes, you can. I mean, there has to be some legitimacy.
Well, I mean, I voted for Kerry over Kevin too. So I mean, now I'm really in trouble. I don't even know if he knew that.
Whoa.
Both of those.
How many were in the seating for the tournament?
Oh, I don't remember. They did
47.
Was there? I don't remember. It wasn't a full bracket. I think maybe
they started with 16,
32 or something like that.
They started with 16.
Was it 16 that they started with?
Well, 15 and a play-in of ADH Dave and Dan and Demand.
He beat Dave, then he beat Deathpile Pickers or something. I don't remember. No, he beat
somebody.
No. In order, because I had to rewatch it because I was like, oh my god, like I want to, because I wanted to talk to you about this. In order, he beat Dave, which that's fine. Dave's horrible, whatever. But then he beat Craigslist Hunter in the first bracket as a number one,
obviously.
Craigslist Hunter. Then he beat out Matt Part-Time Pickers, which is fine. I'll take Dan over Matt any day. Then he beat out John Cincinnati Picker. and then he beat out Kevin in the final. So you think about like the path that he had
powerhouses that he took down. Yeah, it was David versus Goliath the whole way.
With you upping him, Joe upping him, Angie being the sweetheart that she is, and Tim just outright lying. I mean, who's going to listen to Tim? He doesn't even believe in dinosaurs. Like, well, it was the worst panel. Ray is the only person that I mean, he was just emceeing it, so he gets a pass on it. Even
I gotta ask,
all the way.
Do you guys even know who Dan and the Man is? Do you watch the podcast? Like, do you guys know who? Do you watch his channel?
I know who he is. I know who he is.
All right. I just, I was going to bat for my buddy, and I was voting for him.
Mike, just consider it more of like a Make-A-Wish thing.
That's the same thing. That's the same
like
thing as hey, I live that life, buddy. I'm fine. I understand. I can relate to Dan, man.
Dan had fun with it, but like also he wouldn't want this to he wouldn't want this part. He's probably, if he's gonna watch this is the part he wouldn't want to happen. Like he knows he's not like a better reseller than those guys. He would be like so like embarrassed. I don't know if embarrassed is the word, that this conversation is even happening, that it was just all in fun, it was all just fun.
I know 100%. So was all of this, and I know. That's why I would obviously hope that.
Well, voting for Kevin was not all in. Not voting for Kevin, that was legit. I've seen him firsthand at work.
No, what Dan is way better than Kevin.
Hey, Mike, did you not get in the field?
Me?
You?
Yeah, I was in the field.
I pick. And
my name wasn't in there, but Kevin was in there, and I essentially buy all of Kevin's stuff for him. So
you were in the NIT tournament then, is what we're hearing, right?
I don't know what the NIT tournament. I got to ask. I don't know.
It's the tournament that the other teams don't make in the NCAA. They call it the not in tournament, the NIT.
Not in tournament, the NIT. Okay, I was in that one. I was right. I was right there with Jimmy and everybody else on that panel. Who would have beat everybody because the panel was showing favoritism?
Put us in the CBI then.
That's true. That is a true statement.
That's even below the NIT.
Would you rather win the NIT or lose in the first round of the actual tournament?
Lose in the first round of the actual tournament.
Yeah, me too.
Because everybody's filling out brackets and they're going to see your school's name. And in the NIT, they're not going to see your name.
And you'll always think, wow, we were the best team that was not in the tournament. I mean, you're sitting there holding that trophy going, wow, we won a trophy. That means we're the first one not in.
I'm gonna go against the group, and I'll take the NIT. Not being in the tournament is sometimes a good thing. Like Chernock and I joke about that all the time because like the Heck and Steve thing. Again, like you talk about him. He'll get into resellers and everything, but a lot of that has to do with rapport building and stuff like that. Like we spend the time there, we're there for a long time, and we end up getting better deals because of it.
Wes, did you ever get your stickers?
Not in tournament.
No, I've not. He's sitting on them. He won't send me.
Wait, does your stickers have the Y or the I?
No, we're trying to get him from Mike. He's promised me for the last 8 months a Deathpile.
Johnny, why do you want to do that? I thought he was talking about his own sticker. Why would you
take that sticker out, huh?
Okay.
Reseller leftover.
I'll tell you what, let's try something. I'm going to try something. Jimmy, will you send me one of those? And I guarantee I can get it before I ever get Mike's. Guarantee it.
Yeah, I'll send you one. Yep.
See, now look at Stewart's back there. I like that. That's good stuff.
Here you go. The last one. Look, these are the standard, like, give out a backpack.
I'll send you one of mine, Wes.
All right, send it to me.
Is that the back of your sticker? Or is that the...
Yeah. Send them all. I don't have them all behind. I've got Johnny. Johnny actually sent me 2 a long time ago.
Absolutely.
That's my Just Be Crafting sticker. And it's the last one that I have.
I think I have that one.
Or no?
Somewhere. You gave me that one, right?
But in comparison...
Sonia handles all the stickers.
Is there
a
Grim Reaper support pig?
No. Wait, why would it be a pig?
I mean, it could be whatever you want it to be.
It'd probably just be a plush Grim Reaper. Why would the Grim Reaper be dressed up like a pig, or a pig be dressed up like a Grim Reaper?
I think honestly, guys, we should do our own tournament, and we'll do the NIT version of it. And we'll see who wins.
It'd probably be Dan also.
No, he's not allowed. He's already won.
I gotta
I
see
think
this. I
Jimmy's
don't know if I'm-
correct, though. I think that's what happened. He just connected with everybody and just said, "Hey, let's vote. Let's get Kevin."
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. We could put Dan as winning the reseller draft, but also winning the play out spot. It's not a play in; it's a play out, and then he comes in and crushes everybody there, and it's just both aspects. Dan's the best, 100%.
What kind of things does he source?
He's mainly a clothes seller right now. Yeah, he does, and he doesn't do a lot of yard sales. So we voted him on like potential and prospects of what he says he's going to do this year. He's going to go to more yard sales. He's going to buy more stuff. So it was definitely like a vote on the future.
No, the future.
Wes, I just got your email.
Oh, great! I'm glad you picked that up.
And the future was so bright. He managed to beat out the four biggest YouTubers.
Yep.
I want to be on Dan's track, minus the close part, because bless his heart. Like, do anybody that can do that with clothes?
Yeah.
I've always said that.
There's a kid at my bins. He's young. He's like 20 something. He's early 20s, and he does mainly name brand bread and butter type clothes. But he picks. I mean, every time he leaves the bins, his cart is like overflowing. And I mean, he'll sell
eBay stuff or whatnot stuff.
He does eBay and Posh, and he'll do $800 in sales a day in just name brand clothes at like from $15 to $25 a piece. Like and he ships out. I see him at the post office too. Like he's always shipping out so many packages. It's a niche that I could never do, but I mean, man, like his strategy.
Where do you live?
He does. Where do I live?
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere, or right in the middle of Ohio.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk
between Columbus and Cleveland. Like,
right in between.
That's about right.
Yeah. People call it's either Bucyrus or Bucyrus. I still don't know. I'm new here. Like it'll actually be a year next month.
Is it really a year?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I thought it was longer than that. That's why.
Oh, okay. It'll be actually like May 15th. It'll be a year that I've been here in Bucyrus or Bucyrus, Ohio.
Bucyrus.
So what do you really sell, Jimmy?
What do I sell? I can't tell you actually because it's tough. I sell
all the stuff that's behind
defense missiles,
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Rations. So toys are my favorite thing to pick and sell, but I've gotten to where I keep a lot of the older toys I find. But I like clothing. I like vintage sports clothing the most. So like I look for older starter and sports specialty stuff. And then I also like the Rock and the Harley Davidson stuff. So I usually look for only vintage when it comes to clothing, toys, electronics, video games if you can find them. That's got that, man. How much has that changed in just 5 years? I used to find video games all the time. Now I don't find them at all. But yeah, I mean, if I can also have time to look it up and it's worth money and it's cheap, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I just found some blow molds. So Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. I love collectible holiday stuff. So I have niches that I like more than others, and those,
Those things tend to sell amazingly well if you can find, the really good ones.
It's just one of those things where I talk about this a lot. Every season I find, every yard sale season, and that's what I love about it. I know I'm going to find video games. It's just when is it going to happen? But I always find the blow molds, the Christmas and I found Thanksgiving and Halloween. And I just wonder, like, how many am I? Like, I've already found my first set. The first day I went out to yard sales, I already found a Pearl Nativity set of blow molds. So, like, I just wonder how many more am I going to find? Because I always find more than one every season. It's just, when is it going to happen, and how many am I going to find, and how cool are they going to be? You know what I mean? That's the excitement of it for me.
I want the Santa in the sleigh with the reindeer. That's the one I want. I found the Nativity. I know you did. Like $450 or something, huh?
I paid $350 for it. I got parted out well over $1,000 for it.
Mike, are you wanting the ones that are like on Christmas Vacation that Clark beat up?
Just, I don't know how you beat up plastic, but he did kick.
Evidently he broke his hand or something when he hit that thing. He messed his hand.
Really?
Yeah. He sure did.
Did he really get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. He literally did.
I was just looking up because I've never actually seen, like, because if you watch it, I've never seen that one ever. I don't even know if it's online. The one that is in the movie Christmas Vacation.
The miniature.
They're just they're a little bit smaller, like, and they just have a totally different look to them. I'm looking it up right now.
When you're talking about, I thought that was the one that you sold.
No, it was a different one.
We were talking the other day, Stewart and Jimmy. We were talking about a golf tournament for Reseller to get together at a Top Golf, which I think
that's more my speed.
That's definitely more my speed. I mean, if I'm playing golf, I'm driving the cart, and occasionally I'll putt for somebody. But just give me the beer at the cart, and I'll be good.
Yeah, if you can't vote for me to win, like we did Dan, like in golf, you can't vote for me to win. So I don't want to. Because I'm gonna drive it well. But then after that, it's a mess. Like, you don't even want to see that. Wouldn't that be great? Like, Mike would definitely be Kevin's cart driver. Like,
no, I already said he will not want me on the
Johnny.
Would that be the junior snuggle bus if he was driving?
Yeah, no, it's good. Just Mike now. That's it. Just Mike.
Sir, I don't know if you know, but Mike pulls they've got a trailer with him and Kevin from Commonwealth Picker. They go around and they visit different places, like on the different yard sale trails.
They do a lot of the highway sales and stuff.
Right, the highway sales. Mike, kind of talk about that a little bit more too, where you're all going to be, like different places, and what your goal is as you go to those places. Like, are you trying to meet up with people, or what are you all trying to do with that?
Yeah, so anytime we have a trailer, we're gonna actually see any highway sale. Our goal is to go to more highway sales. If it doesn't involve the trailer, then it doesn't. But we have, I think, the Highway 29. I think Kevin's trying to figure out a place where we can put the trailer for that one. That's a 100-mile yard sale in Virginia. And then we're doing 301 in June, 127 in August. And then I don't know if we're going to do, we might do Flee Across Florida again in October. We're doing that this weekend. On Friday, I'm going to head toward, we're meeting in the middle. I'm going to head east, and Dave and Rod are going to head west, and we're going to find a place in the middle and then pick there again on Saturday.
Hey, Mike, is the one in Virginia, is that the one that goes into North Carolina as well?
The 301 is the one that goes into North Carolina. Actually, it does. The Highway 29.
I know the 29 runs down into North Carolina.
Yeah, it runs down
around
into North Carolina.
It's around Greensboro there, close to it.
No, it doesn't come this far down. It stops at in Danville, which is,
I know Danville,
like the border pretty much.
That's in Virginia.
That's like an hour.
Yeah.
Is that about an hour from Greensboro or so, Johnny? Because I think that's the one I went to last year.
All right.
Yeah, it's about an hour north of me.
Let me see.
Yeah, we did that 15. One, and we did the 129 last year. Of course, the 129 is just right next to where I live.
Well, we got some pretty amazing highway sales here in Ohio. I've been trying to get people to come out here for some great picking. We have the Highway 30, the Highway 40, and then the 127 comes through here too.
I tried to talk Kevin into doing the Highway 40 because that's the one that's like 2 weeks after 127, huh?
No, Highway 30 is the one that's 2 weeks after.
Highway 30. Okay.
127.
Mike, did you say you guys don't have a spot in Virginia picked out yet?
Well, we're not positive that we're going to do the trailer there. at Highway 29, and it's just because a lot of people are coming to town. Jimmy's coming to town. I just found out tonight. Yeah, okay. Kevin started the text message thread with the whole group, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to add this one with Jimmy."
Sonia's grandma lives right by Kevin. So like, I'm going to I'm going to stay at her house, and I'm going to pick and hopefully hang out.
And then cause somebody else to lose a finger, huh? It's all Jimmy's fault.
That's awful, man. That's traumatic right there, man. I witnessed.
That makes the highlight reel.
Oh my gosh, that was so crazy, that story. When Kevin's dad cut off the tip of his finger right there while we were at a flea market.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I come up to him, like, how you doing, buddy? I put my hand on, how you doing?
not tip, not like oh, my fingernail part of it. No. Like he doesn't have one. He doesn't have a fingernail.
Oh wow.
It was just, they were like, he's like, I cut off my finger. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. No, I seriously cut off my finger. I was like, what?
So Jimmy, what are you doing to get ready for these sales and stuff? You've been eating a lot of carrots and celery.
No, I've been doing playing some video games. MLB The Show 24. Getting the old
thumbs ready,
reaction time ready. So no, I have not been eating carrots, and I will not eat celery. You can't make me do it. Disgusting. Celery's disgusting.
See, this guy always about healthy eating. I hate skinny people, Jimmy. Come on, let's leave. Jimmy and I have been working on the fact that we're not very physical, and you can't educate us to do so.
You could get a lot of exercise in, though, out there at Crab Island if you just start swimming around your boat, but you got to get out of it first.
I get out of the boat.
It's only a couple feet deep anyway, as we found out.
That's right.
I'm thinking about taking up pickleball is what I want to do. That's going to be my exercise.
The problem with pickleball is that if you're competitive at all, you end up hurt. I mean, I'm way too competitive. I go out there on the pickleball court, and there's so much stopping and starting, and I literally had to quit playing after about 6 months.
My ACLs will probably be mad at me. Yeah, you're right. And my MCLs and my meniscuses and my ankles and my Achilles, they're all going to be very upset that what we'll do is we'll have 3 people on my team, so I don't have to. I'll just hit it to Jimmy.
You just serve.
Over to him. Just hit it right now.
You just be designated server.
There you go. Dude, I used to love playing football and being the all-time quarterback in some backyard football. That was fun.
Well, here's something I have figured out in the last few days: how frustrating video editing can be. So I'm changing the subject here.
My biggest, I've streamlined my editing process for my picking videos. Like, it's not. For starters, the first part is being very aware that you're recording while you're at the sale. Like, I learned that from my buddy Kevin, like watching him and other people like the Art of Resell, these people that I've gotten to pick with, and I wanted to pick with them because I wanted them to shout me out, and they didn't. No, I wanted to pick with them to learn from them. Like, I really wanted to learn from them and watch them.
Art?
Art, man, Art he knows what he's doing. That kid, he is fully aware. It's like for him, like, it's all thought out. Like, he has ideas, and he stops what he's doing to make sure he gets footage. And then, like, to see Kevin, like, how he's always talking to people, and I'm telling you, if you pay attention to that stuff, then when you go to edit, it's a lot easier. It's like, if you're fully aware when you're out there that you're recording and trying to, make it, I'm being myself, but I talk more, I joke around, I negotiate at every sale to try to make it a little more enjoyable video, and then make my edit, and my edits are a lot easier. The hardest part about my edit is that because I don't listen to Wes and I don't eat carrots, when I'm walking around at the sales, like just breathing all heavy everywhere. It's awful.
So question for you, for Jimmy and Mike. So do y'all consider yourselves content creators first, or resellers first, or like equally divided because I mean I do very little YouTube. I consider myself a reseller. Every once in a blue moon I'll do a YouTube video, but I just don't really have the time or the inkling to like do all the editing and the filming and all that. So I'm always just
I barely do both.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sure you want to ask Mike if he's a reseller? He's like a picker that sells in bulk to his friends.
I upload about as often as Wes does.
I started off doing like what's sold videos on YouTube, and they were terrible. I went back and watched them. I was like, man, no wonder. Like I would be watching my video and be like, this guy sucks. Like this guy is awful. What is he doing?
You all are more into like Instagram videos, and that's honestly what I want to start doing, and that's why I'm asking this question. Shorts, yeah, because I know Johnny does it, and his wife does it. Jimmy, you do it.
Yeah.
Mike, you do it. All you all, and you all do a great job with it.
I do use Reels sometime to advertise my whatnot shows or things like that. Funny enough, like I put one reel out there while I was at the US 129 yard sale. And all I did was found an old phone, picked it up, and said, "Who remembers their home phone number from when they were a kid?" And dialed it.
I actually saw that.
Got like 14,000 views. I
think I actually saw that one. Yeah.
The most I've ever had. I mean, it's like it was crazy watching that thing. And then every other one I put up gets like 500 to 1,000, and it's just I don't know what was. I don't know.
The number one thing, Wes, and you already know it, is consistency. Like if you're not consistently putting out any kind of content, and it's the same thing on Instagram. I'm not very consistent anymore on there, so I don't get. I built it early on because I did a lot on there, but not as much anymore, and so my views are down. But you got to be consistent. So I mean, but as far as editing, I'm not the best person to ask. Like I noticed I did better when I focused on just while I was at a sale or at the thrift store or wherever. I grabbed my phone and I recorded footage and me finding something. I would hold it like I would record it in that format right there on my phone, and I edit it right there on my phone, and I voice it over right there on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality's better. Like if you try to take it from your yard sale footage and resize it, and
that's what. So anytime you're doing that, like
it's actually
you can do a YouTube 16:9, but then when you go anything else, it changes your ratio, so it's going to change your frame. And then, like anybody that's doing this, Jimmy and I would tell you,
press it.
Like that's good. But anytime you're doing this, and you're trying to film for YouTube, and then you want to cut that, like Jimmy and I know, like talking to Kevin and some of the other people, it's about the interaction, not necessarily the item. So you want to have that big frame. You want to have some sky in your picture. You don't want it always looking down, stuff like that. It makes it a little more appealing. And then when you go to cut it and you're taking this piece of it,
and trying to center it, and it's just you're spending way more time editing. Now, there's companies and programs I've never used them. Every short I've ever done, I edited myself either on my editor or on my phone. I use the free version of CapCut is really good. If you don't know about CapCut, it's really easy to use. It will do like you see the pop-up text. It'll there's a bunch of
and that's something I was going to ask y'all about too. The pop-up text, because it'll, as you're saying it's putting it down through there. That
CapCut, you just go to text and auto caption and select and it'll do it right there for you. I mean, and it's done. Like you don't have to do anything. You just
that's what your videos do a lot too.
No. Yeah, we use CapCut. We pay for the pro version just to give us some more options, but we use everything's on CapCut. Our YouTube videos I edit on my tablet, and then our shorts we just do them on our phone.
Instagram. I mean, if you go somewhere, it's always good to have an idea of what you're wanting to get out of it, because there's plenty of people that have the GoPro, but they also hold the camera here, and they go like their phone here. And the phone will be out of the screen. So you can sit there, like Jimmy says, you just record something, or you find something, you buy it, you set it back down, and then re-record the interaction where you're going up and getting it. I'll do it at the thrift store because I don't record on my GoPro at the thrift store. But I'll take my phone out, and if I see an item, as I'm approaching, I'll hit record and I'll walk up to the item, and then you can just do that voiceover, and it's perfect for it because you're already prepared. You're in the right aspect.
Right.
Well, Stewart asked, am I a reseller? I'm definitely a reseller, 100% first. There's not even a percentage of it that I consider a content creator, except for it's my hobby. Like that's one of the things I refocused. I think I've talked about this is because I took a break, came back, and I went into it as this is my hobby now. Like I don't make jack on YouTube. I'm hoping to make 200 a month this summer. Like I'm hoping, and that's a stretch right now. Like that's how my views are way down and all that. So it's no income at all. So it's a hobby, and so just like a lot of people with their hobbies, I'm working at improving and getting better. Like, if I played the guitar, I want to get better at it. If I was trying to be an artist, I want to get better at it. So I'm working at getting better at my hobby and learning little tricks. And I do treat it as like a production now, because my biggest struggle for the longest time was the footage. I want to make a video and I would wear my GoPro and then I would get home and I have just a bunch of crappy footage everywhere. Like it's just boring and it's bad and it's not. So I'm really focusing on production. So like for a short video on your phone, when you're walking up, so if you're going to do it, I do a lot of yard sale videos. So when I'm walking up to yard sale, I grab my phone out real quick and I just record me walking up. Right. And then if I find something good, I hold it over one of the yard sale tables and I record it. And then as I'm walking away, I'll record myself saying something to my phone. And that's all just part of the production. And then when I put it all into CapCut, it all comes together. And into a video that actually turns out halfway decent. Instead of just sitting there recording, walking around, recording everything, I have a production mindset. This is all just me trying to get better at my hobby.
It's all about your brand too, what you're trying to do and what your goals are, and we joke a lot about stuff, but Mike made some really good sense. He said the other night, we're unfindable, which, it's spelled weird and he's right. So, we're going to change it. We're going back to Fynderz Flypperz the way you should spell it.
Yeah. Even like YouTube that puts out their videos on how to succeed. And one of the top things, one of the first basic things you learn is make your name easy to spell, easy to share. Everything about it needs to be easy. And yeah, it was a cool idea, but it doesn't translate well. Just like intros to videos, they're fun. You're proud of what you made. But if you put a long intro at the beginning of your video, you go look at your analytics, and I guarantee you, in that first minute, your viewership died straight down during that intro. People they'll either skip past it or they're gone. It's nothing. It's like nothing personal. I'm sure you did a great job, and I'm sure it's a great intro, but algorithm hates it. So your beginning of your video has to hook. This is all YouTube 101 that I've learned over the years. That first minute, you better hook that viewer in. And if you don't, they're gone. And the analytics will show you every single time that they are gone.
Jimmy, anyway, when did you start your channel?
Man, I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. 4 years. I like I said, I did What Sold, and it did okay. And I really got to know a lot of people in the community and made a lot of friends. But it was never going to perform the way I wanted to doing What Sold. So I moved to picking and yard sale videos.
Now he was on one podcast for a while. You did 60 something episodes.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, give or take. And then you stepped away for a little while, and then you come back with Dan Demand. And who else are you in that with?
Joe Philly Picker.
Okay, so what is the name of that podcast too, Jimmy? Let everybody know. So
Reseller Leftovers.
Reseller Leftovers. And you're up to about episode 25?
Yeah, 25. I think we just did 25, yep.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So congratulations to you all.
It's a lot of fun. We joke around. We just like to joke around and talk a little bit about reselling. We talk about our daily lives, and we want to try to make, I like to try to make people laugh. And so we just we just pick on each other a little bit and joke around a little bit and hit on some reseller topics. We got the right people. We got some pretty cool listeners, and they always comment. We got the right people listening.
What platform are you doing your podcast on, Jimmy?
What's that?
What platform are you on? Are you just on YouTube, or are you doing?
We do YouTube. So we do the YouTube, and then Dan, he does all the audio stuff. So we are on like iHeartRadio and Apple and Spotify and all those. I just don't know a lot about that side of it because he handles all that.
Now, what's the name of your podcast?
It's a Reseller Leftovers.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
what's the contract look like?
Oh boy.
It's like 7 pages.
That's good.
7 pages.
It's
called an agreement.
He's holding out for a bigger
called an agreement, Mike.
Gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. It's like a handshake and then read 5 pages and sign here agreement.
Well, I mean, you are on our podcast here tonight, Jimmy. So at least you have some autonomy to be able to go and be with somebody else on their podcast.
He doesn't have that non-compete agreement filled out yet.
Which is crazy clause. It's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody, like, I don't know. I mean, what's the best thing for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th best reselling podcast in the world to have? It's like a non-compete agreement. That sounds about standard. Like
standard.
Oh,
yeah. You know, when you're doing something and you're not making a dime and you're actually spending money, I mean, you got to make sure that spending is split. I don't know.
Step number 1, before monetize, get joint checking account.
Yeah, I mean, you know, StreamYard. I mean, I StreamYard for over a year every month. I mean, it's not cheap.
Do you buy that, or
I did when I was on the other podcast? Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. You can say it. Where are we not allowed to say it? There's a plethora of other things. Okay,
go ahead, Mike.
Reseller Leftovers. Reseller Leftovers podcast, the number 1 podcast in the world.
That's my current podcast, and it is the number 1 podcast.
Yes. As evidenced
we're the self-diagnosed number 1.
Mike, where would you put this podcast at? Go ahead.
Oh, like dead last. Just based on me being a guest. There's a reason why this is the only one I come on. Because it's the only one I get invited on.
Well, how can you make fun of the Fynderz Flypperz podcast?
Can't find
it, flip it.
You're never gonna Fynderz it.
You're never gonna Fynderz it. But that's why I've worked so hard to get you on, Mike, for sure.
I don't believe it exists.
I need the ground floor.
There's 2 Y's in never.
What? Nevers with a Z. Nevers. Nevers.
I'm just like that's what we would do over on Leftovers. Like we would just make fun of ourselves because it's like whatever. I just want to. I will pick on anybody that will let me pick on them. But if you don't want me to pick on you, just let me know and I won't do it. I'll stop right then and there.
Yeah,
that makes it fun.
I never rate podcasts. Like in that podcast is based on the number of subscribers because it's going to be the number of the constant views. But you also have to factor in like, all right, what's the content like, and then what's the growth like. The good news is, Wes, you can only go up from here. Okay, so
well, we are at the 30 now. We have 30 subscribers now.
As your channel starts, I want to use this as your channel starts to grow, like you'll see, like because there are people that are a little more serious. I don't know how to explain it. Like there are people that are everything in life they take very seriously. They're not people that like to joke around as much and everything. And so sometimes when we are joking around, it gets missed. I don't even know the word, like just taken wrong or misconstrued. How do you say that? Misconstrued. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. And so, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want like everybody think I hate a certain other host or like I'm so mean to them. Like we all agree, like we're gonna pick on each other and joke around. Like it's part of what we do. And I know Trash to Cash deals with a lot of that stuff too. Like they're on the stage. They think the exact same way. They pick on each other, joke on, and some people.
It's not on each other. They pick on everybody.
Yeah, they pick on everybody, and some people don't like to joke around. They don't want to do that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm Switzerland. Like, I don't want to, like, it's fine to be serious. It's just not who I am. Like, I've always, like, if you take me serious, you're taking me 100% the wrong way. Like, I almost feel like I have to tell people, all right, I'm going to be serious right now for a second because I'm always just joking around. Like,
Mike is in disarray right now. He closed his shop there for a while, his eBay store. And now
I didn't know you moved. That's wild.
Come down and visit, dude. It's in Florida. What are you doing this weekend? Big trip.
I'd have to fly there. I ain't driving all the way down there.
Whatever, man. I'll pick you up.
All right. I'm on my way.
Okay.
Do we get to go see Paul Philly Flipper?
No, we don't. Too competitive.
All right.
Oh, he talked about that the other night too. His spelling.
Yeah. Yeah, Philly Flipper. Like, no, I usually in relation to this, like when you're like, finding Fynderz Flypperz with the Y and the Z and stuff, and I'm like, it's like Paul Philly Flipper. They were like, okay, yeah, it's Philly, and then Flipper with a PH, like Philly. And it's like, if you have to explain it, you're making it harder for somebody to find you. Yeah, I mean,
I've been asked quite a few times if Old School Flips is like spelled with a K and a Z on the end. I'm like, no, I went with the traditional spelling of old and school and flips.
Well, I have listened, and changes are coming. So Mike even took the time to make a new banner for us, guys. So
he did, Mike.
Yeah,
you made a
yeah.
He actually
he was like, hey, can you do this? And I was like, all right. I just went on Canva, and like 5 minutes later, he had something. It's not hard to put ing, or sorry, I think I did finding Flippers at first, but then I was like Fynderz Flypperz. I gave him options.
There's an auto correct for the spelling.
That's what I did. I put it in there, and I'm like, what do you mean?
I so want to have a spelling contest right now.
I will definitely lose. I am.
Everybody get your whiteboards out. We're going to have a little lesson real quick.
I can't spell for nothing. I actually have a little bit of.
I feel like by the time this is over, I'm going to think our podcast is called Finding Leftovers.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, that's what I'm doing when we're done here.
It's all carrots and celery, though. That's the only thing left over.
Every time I look at our logo, I want to go eat some Chinese leftovers.
That's like a Chinese box. I was thinking that Fynderz Flypperz that Mike just mentioned, that sounds like a dating site for resellers or something.
Hey.
Oh,
I'm the Flippers.
well, they'll have to buy the name from us.
Right. Hey, that's actually not a bad idea.
We just start gobbling up all the things with the Y's and Z's, and then we'll sell them off, Mike. What do you think?
What do you like to do on a Saturday? I like long walks at the yard sale and
play your cards right, and we'll swing by an estate sale.
They'll look like my subscribers when I first started, just all 65 and over. So like, I like yard sales and watching my great grandkids. I was like, well, like great, like they're cool, or great hybrid grandkids.
You're not bringing like. That's great. I mean, good. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be in trouble in like 20 years. You're not going to have much of a following in 20 years.
You better get it all now, Mike.
Yeah, that's it.
The odds are stacked against you.
I know.
All the time is going to win in the next one.
All the old ladies, like those younger men, I guess. I don't know.
Well, and when we talked the other night, Mike had showed us a thing he had bought. What was that, Mike? That figure that you held up? You have it near you?
Okay. Of course, dude.
Glad to see you've done something with it.
Yeah. Well,
hey, dude. The bar is low. The bar is low. Okay.
He's going to have a dedicated room for all his little collectibles.
Well, Sonia's got her scary wall over here, right there.
Okay.
And then I got some other. Those are modern He-Man figures over there, and then I got my shelf behind me. These, I'm turning this into just old figures that I've found at yard sales over the years. Like there's some decent stuff back there, but it's just I want it to be like stuff that I actually picked. Like I'm shooting for that. Like I don't need new in the box and all that. Like unless I find it. But yeah, I'm shooting for. But like I've talked about this. Like I buy like these turtles are from the new movie that just came out last year. But in 5 years, 5-10 years, they're gonna be worth some money. So I'm just like, I can have them, have a cool little collection, and then I'll sell them in 10 years. I can display them, have play with them, whatever. No, I'm not.
Jimmy? Is it like in Spaceballs? He's playing with this.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
I love that movie, man. Barf. I dressed up as Barf for Halloween once. It was epic.
So do each of you have a dedicated, I'm going to call it trophy room of things that you don't want to sell?
Well, in my office, yeah. This is my office, too.
Just my wife. That's it.
Stewart, what about you?
I mean, there's literally nothing I won't sell. So, I mean, no, I don't keep, well, I mean, I have a few things back here. Like I have some Beach Boys albums that when I find those, I keep them, but
I love the Beach Boys.
I do.
My mom raised us on the Beach Boys, so I know a little bit about them. I've seen them in concert in the 90s. That was a little bit after their time, but I still seen them.
Were you born and raised in Colorado, Jimmy?
No, you want to hear my story? I was born in Mesa, Arizona. And when I was 1 year old, my parents moved up to Northern California, the Bay Area, Hayward, California. That's where Part-Time Picker used to be. And then when I was 11, we moved back to Arizona. And then I lived in Arizona for 22 years. Then I moved to Colorado. And then I lived in Colorado for like 15 years. And now, I don't know why, but I'm in Ohio.
You know why.
I know why.
Just mistakes. Mistakes were made.
Cost of living. Because you can be a reseller. You can afford to be a reseller in Ohio. It's not very affordable to be a reseller in Colorado.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here now.
How long do you plan on staying there, Jimmy?
We don't know yet. It's literally we don't know if this is our permanent address or if we're gonna. I mean, we're definitely staying another year. Like I can say that we're staying another year for sure, and then we're gonna reassess things then, year by year.
Jimmy, I'll tell you this, dude. You move on down to Florida, live in the Panhandle. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna cut you off. Like you feel free. I mean, worst case scenario.
We get to sleep in the snuggle bus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He'll put you up in the snuggle bus. Come on down.
Cost of living is amazing here, and we were able to be all. We were trying to buy a house in Colorado, and we couldn't. We just kept getting outbid, kept losing, kept having to. You need this millions of dollars, and you need this. You need a lot of money in cash just to be able to get into a house. In Ohio, we're like, we own a house. I own this house.
Yeah, why move? Like. You love the area that you're in. The
winters are better than Colorado. It was way better.
Well, yeah, I understand that. But
way better than we did. They're like they're acting like it's a big snowstorm here. I'm like, this is a dusting.
No. That's what. But I said, yard sales. Y'all have a designated season. That's the only thing.
Yeah, same with Soda Denver. Yeah, I know what I need to do, and maybe I'll talk to you about that. I need. Next winter, I need to have somewhere south that I can go to pick. Like I need to take like a 2-week trip somewhere south and pick, because this winter I did a little bit of auctions and I mainly did the Goodwill bins that they opened up by us. Mm-hmm. And you can just, I've found some really good stuff there. I found some really great stuff there, but it's not enough. Like the picking is just, and the quality of items that I'm listing is just not the same as yard sale season.
And right now, Jimmy is desperate for garage sale season to start.
Yeah, it's right there in my.
Hasn't started yet, Jimmy.
It did, but it's not going to. This weekend is going to rain, so there's no sales popping up right now.
This will probably be the first big weekend here because it's supposed to be nice. Last weekend there were a few, but so
where's here? Sorry,
I'm in Knoxville, so
okay, yeah,
same place.
Hey Jimmy, it says right here you paid $50 to shop at this huge sale. You want to tell us about it?
That was the one where the tornado.
No, the answer is like, no, I don't want to tell you about it.
No,
I got a video 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Watch my video.
Yeah, there you go. That's
I didn't get it that sale.
Dude, it was a good thumbnail or a good title.
I just don't know why my views are down so much. Like for the amount of subs I have, my views are but that's consistency. I know that's what it is. Like,
it is.
I ran out of footage. I literally ran out of footage.
I was thinking right now you're just under 10,000 and your views are
I'm
15%. Consistently probably 15%. And all that is consistency.
It's because I have 2 videos that did pretty well. I think I have one that's getting close to 50,000 views and then one that's over 25. And those are the ones that really, when they hit, they help my sub count skyrocket. Yeah. And then I had, I was on Kevin's channel and that really helped a lot. I appreciate you, Kevin. But the views have just died. And that's part of why I'm desperate for yard sales is that footage. Like I have just patched together yard sale videos. That's all I have left. And I've been literally every weekend patching together these videos because I don't have any footage.
Well,
and then I tried doing
you got to let us know the hundreds. How many hundreds are you gaining from being on the Fynderz Flypperz podcast? Okay, we gotta know that one.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
I don't think he's ready for the fame that is coming his way.
Yeah, I am not ready for.
Ohio might not be big enough for what is about to happen.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a different tax bracket or something after you're on this video. It's.
Yeah, I heard the Cincinnati Picker is going to move to your town after you blow up because he's going to be like, the picking is amazing.
He's another example of consistency. I mean, his views are he stopped doing videos for a long time and now his views are way down too. That's why I know it's consistency.
Do you think the problem, Jimmy, is you don't know the name of the town you live in?
That's very possible. Maybe I have a lot of, you know what though? You know what? Let me tell you something about small town Ohio. If you have more than 100 subs on YouTube, you are famous.
Local celeb?
Yeah. Sure. That's all you need is 100 subs and you're famous. So when people see my 9,000 subs, they're like, oh my God. No, I'm just no, but I have some local viewers.
Wes, are we relocating our
Here's your free side of Oprah, Mr. Old School Flips.
Hey, Jamie, once you figure out the name of your town, let us know. We're going to relocate.
Yeah, exactly. You guys would be.
Man.
And I'm saying that from a standpoint, I don't believe that. I still think I'm small time, but I know other people that don't have and they think they're just these super celebrities.
Hey, we're just figuring out the name of our podcast, so
yeah, we're just trying to get through that.
I'm trying to find out where are you at in regards to Ashland?
Ashland? Oh, that's not far.
71.
Are you sure you know, Jimmy? Because you don't.
Yeah, I've been to Ashland. That's by Ashland is just on the other side of Mansfield. It's like 45
I've been to Mansfield.
Away. Yeah, I'm about half an hour from Mansfield.
Belleville, Steam Corner. Where are you at?
Right there in the middle. If you see, if you go to if you go to Ashland, we are south. I'm southwest of Ashland. Small town.
I'm down in Lexington right now.
Welcome to the Fynderz Ohio podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the MapQuest.
Welcome to we're trying to find out where we're at.
This channel is easier to find than Jimmy.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That could be our slogan.
Yeah.
We're easier to find than Jimmy. There you go.
You're easier to find than Bucyrus, Ohio. Where are you at, Mike?
Right now I'm in Crestview, So I'm right off of I-10 I'm about 30 minutes north of Fort Walton. And so
tell him where you're building.
Defuniak Springs.
I'd like to hear you say that, Jimmy. I'd like to hear you say that.
Defuniak?
Now it's people who don't know the town they live in.
Yeah, people say it different ways, man. They don't know. I knew. I can't help it if they don't know.
That is
sure it's not the Defuniak?
It's not the Defuniak. I know that.
I see it. Okay. You're in Crestview right now? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're way over there. You're way west.
Mm-hmm. It's not. I told you it's not the land of milk and honey that Dave and Rod and them live in. But my wife wasn't going to go down there. She don't want. Number one, she don't. Florida. Never been.
Never been.
Dude. Orlando, it's a good scene and everything, but it's a ton of tourist people, like ton of traffic because of it. Now, if you're east-west coast on the peninsula, then that's fine. Yeah. You minimize some of it. Rod is north of Tampa, so he never has to go into it. And then Dave is north of Daytona, so he never has to go into it. But they have their own traffic.
Yeah. I don't miss traffic. I don't miss traffic at all.
Yeah, so come down here, dude. We got one street. That's it.
Jimmy, be thinking outside the box so we can all somewhere congregate and do a top golf tournament.
Man, I don't
like a meetup.
Where's everybody at from? Where's everybody at?
Me and Stewart are in Tennessee.
Right. Hey, we have a top golf here. That'd be about half.
We do have a top golf here.
So,
I mean, Tennessee's not too far.
Yeah, see, it's convenient. They just happen to be in the middle, Jimmy. And they're like, oh, find a place somewhere in the middle, Jimmy.
Hey, listen, you can swing by here on your way up to Virginia to go see Kevin in the Snuggle Bus.
I don't go see him. I don't just like go visit. His wife won't let me. His wife will not let me.
And see, Johnny's over in North Carolina. He can just breeze right across the town. So
breeze right across the state. I'm glad how y'all are centrally located in the middle of nowhere.
We can't help your end.
I hope I hope you cut through Greensboro on your way up to Virginia, man.
I do all the time.
I know.
Are you in Greensboro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always in there. I didn't know that. Yeah, we have tickets to a Zach Bryan concert up there in August, and I'm probably gonna have to sell the tickets. Because
that's when everybody's going to. That's when all the.
It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday right after 127.
That's when the Route 30 is. So you got to come here for that.
What's that?
It's the weekend after 127, Route 30.
Put me up, dude. I'll go. I can't. I got family coming into town that week.
See what you do. See.
Where are you planning on going, Jimmy?
I'm going to in first week of May, 100 mile in Virginia, and then the next one I have is the Route 40, which is just south of Columbus here in Ohio. That's the end of May, and then 400 mile in Kentucky is June 6th, and then they all start. There's the big card show on the weekend. July 24th is the big card show in Cleveland. And then the weekend after that is 127, the first weekend of August. And then the weekend after that, the second week of August, is the Route 30. And those are the ones I plan on going to so far.
Now, will you stay on the 127 up around you, or are you going to?
I will be going wherever the trash to
we tell them to go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wherever those guys are, I'm going to meet up with them. Because I am like their number one groupie.
Hey, Johnny, the one I went to last year was the US 21 yard sale. Then that one's Virginia, North Carolina. It was like an hour north of Greensboro, but it's called the US 21 Road Market.
You know when
was that?
It was just another one of those long. It ran from somewhere in Virginia to somewhere in North Carolina, and we did a big portion of it. But
was it in the summertime or?
Yeah, it was 8 months ago because that's when my YouTube video is from. So whenever that was, Would that make it about June, maybe?
I'm telling you, man, I love the highway sales, but I actually like the new thing here in Ohio that I didn't have in the Denver area. You know, big city. There was a lot of community sales, like the cookie cutter HOA community sales, because that's the only sales they could have all year. Was when but here in Ohio, like in small town, like the towns have citywide sales, and oh my gosh, you talk about. Like New Washington, like I went to the New Washington citywide sale, the Norwalk, the Seville citywide sale, like all these cities, Tiffin, and they're just amazing. The picking is so good, and it's fun. There's like you literally don't have to drive anywhere. There's sales everywhere. Fun stuff. That's probably my favorite picking wise part of Ohio is the citywide sales. Like I look forward to them more than the highway sales.
Stewart, you were talking about that one in Knoxville. You went over there. What made it not very good in your eyes, like you told me?
I think a lot of it was the weather, because it rained all day Friday and then on into Saturday morning, and there just didn't seem to be many houses participating, and just
that can put a damper on things.
Yeah, I mean the ones that did were all baby clothes, so.
Well, we went to that 301 in North Carolina last year, and all those guys selling are like professionals, and they want like eBay prices for everything. And you're just like walking through, and you're like, I'm not spending $150 on a blow mold. Like,
that's how the 127 is. If you're around any kind of decent sized town or city, like so like Crossville in Tennessee, Crossville. I mean. Did I find some things? Yes, but most of it was high priced, vendors that, and you're like, it's not even worth your time to try to negotiate with them because they're higher than what it's worth on eBay.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where we started. We started in Crossville last year, and I mean the key is just to look for the signs to go down side roads.
Yes. Yep.
What we found. That's
why. So I mean, my favorite highway. I'm biased, but the one it runs right through my town, Highway 30. It's amazing. Like as long as you get out of like this town is so small anyways, all the house sales in this, the sales in this town are really good. But yeah, you start going leaving the town into you see that dirt road or whatever. Oh, it's been really good. I've done so good at the Highway 30. Better than the 127, better than any of them. Yeah.
And that's something to think about, like Stewart said, get off those side roads. And that's where, because those people know what's going on, and they're thinking, well, maybe somebody will matriculate out this way and come and,
Well, he's 100% right. If you're a reseller picker and you're going to a highway sale, do exactly what Stewart said. Get out of the town. Get out of whatever town you're in. Head out. As long as that highway is the sale that they're advertising, head out of town on that highway. And then start looking for that sign on the side of the road that points, and it says 1.5 miles down the road. Those are the good sales. Yep.
I just never heard someone speak so passionate about something in Ohio before that I was really just taken back by that.
You wouldn't believe. Like Kevin lies. Kevin's a liar. He says that Virginia, his videos, they all say Virginia's for pickers. He's full of crap. That John Denver's full of crap.
See,
Ohio is for pickers. I'm telling you right now, it is.
This is going to make a great edit for the video.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
Bucyrus.
You found it?
Yeah, on YouTube, there's actually a video on how do you say Bucyrus.
Oh, it is Bucyrus then?
Yeah, Bucyrus.
Right, it's not Bucyrus?
No, Bucyrus.
It's not bursitis.
It's not bursitis.
Nah.
I want to pick his death pile. He don't.
Oh, no. Not my death pile. You can go. No. There's certain parts of my death pile I will let you buy for pennies on the dollar. I'll give you 5x on your money. I don't care.
And then there's parts you got ready for your trophy room, right?
Yeah, parts I got. See, I'm kind of like Jimmy. When you come across some that you find, like you're talking like the He-Man and Transformers and stuff, like until you have duplicates, which I have duplicates of plenty, like you don't want to sell any of them. And then you have to sort through them. And if you don't have a place to put them.
I even like how this guy right here, he's a Silverhawk. Like, I like how he's obviously picked. Like, he's not, and mint is not the word to describe him. Like, he's all been played with over the years, and he's all torn up. But that's the kind of stuff like I'm trying to actually collect now is like the figures that aren't mint.
Slightly used, slightly worn.
What is that from?
Silverhawks, a cartoon series back in the 80s.
Silverhawks, man. Right here is the whole collection. I picked it up.
How old are you, Johnny? Like 35? 40?
Yeah,
Silverhawk
doesn't ring a bell.
You know, man. It's like it was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. It wasn't like as popular as Thundercats, He-Man, and all, but it came on
the same time period.
Yeah, same time.
Oh yeah,
Saturday morning cartoons, man. Oh, and the
it was
the cowboy.
more of a Muppet.
You got to watch.
Just,
I mean, you can YouTube it. You got to see at least the intro when they're Scar and Silverhawks. That was for the fans.
Jimmy, do you have the cowboy guy from Silverhawks?
I do. I have he's got his guitar and he's got his hat.
Yeah, I don't remember this show at all.
And the Copper Kid. Oh, I love the Copper Kid.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with you, Johnny. I don't remember it at all either.
That's what I love about it. It was kind of like, definitely like the more, I guess, obscure cartoon. Like, it wasn't very popular. Middle of the 80s was when I was watching it.
Yeah, I was watching more like Hong Kong Phooey and things like that on Saturday mornings.
What was it?
Hong Kong Phooey? You remember that, Wes?
The Karate Dog.
Yeah. He was a mild-mannered janitor by day and Hong Kong Phooey by night.
Hong Kong Phooey.
I've never even heard of that. Now I got to learn about it.
You need to look it up and find it and get that. That's a good collectible too. Hong Kong Phooey.
I was talking about on the other podcast. You guys remember Muscle Men? Those little Muscle Men toys. I've never found them in the wild, but it wasn't until I became a reseller picker that I even remembered them. Like that's another thing I like about this. Like, I had totally forgot about that toy. Like, I totally forgot that it existed. And then one time I was watching somebody's video and they picked them, and I was like, dude, I used to love those Muscle Men, get them from the quarter machine and stuff. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Man, now my goal, like that's number one on my list, is to find one. Like, I want to just one. I don't need to find a bunch of them. They're not worth a lot of money, but I want to find one. I want to pick one. Like, I want to pick a Muscle Man.
Dude, you find the little bitty action figures. Like, sometimes, like, you'll find a bundle, and a lot of them are bolos. Like, same thing with the little homies.
That are worth a lot of money.
The little homies that used to get out of the little machine.
Homie, oh, you got the dog now.
That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. This dog just like he'll climb up and he just sits here.
The little fella.
Toby.
Yeah.
Toby.
Say hi, Toby. Yeah.
Well, that is all the time that we have this evening on the Fynderz Flypperz podcast. Again, we want to thank you, Jimmy, for joining us. And Mike, thank you for coming back in again. We really appreciate you all joining us. It's been a lot of fun this evening, and we hope you all enjoy the first yard sale, hopefully this weekend. Everybody get out there and happy picking to you.
Yeah. Have fun picking, y'all.